Judge Napolitano is here with us to talk about this case on which Jonathan was reporting moments ago. Kid wants to blow up a building in Dallas. Feds provide him the fake bomb, the truck, tell him to park it in front of the building, and then they arrest him. How do you see this?
Most important thing is they provided him with the idea for doing it.
They did?
They engaged him in conversations, according to the affidavits that they filed, in order to get him to say things that they knew they could would be hooks on which they could hang their hat. Because just getting him to drive the truck is not enough. They would need some evidence of what his intent was. But if you define crime as harm, who was harmed here?
Nobody.
The FBI rented the truck. The FBI filled the back of this pickup truck with bricks and plastic bottles, told him that they were explosives. This kid couldn't have rented the truck on his own, couldn't have put the bomb together on his own. He drives the truck up in front of the office building, and then 10 FBI agents arrest him. So they set up the whole thing. They believe he had a guilty intent and might have done this at some point in the future, but they set this whole thing up so that they can say they kept us safe. Safe from what? Right. Safe from a kid that couldn't put two and two together to rent a truck.
It got him headlines for a long time, and I'm not passing judgment on this at all, but I will tell you, it led the Fox report more than once.
Well, a
man going to knock down a skyscraper in Dallas. It made great headlines.
It makes great headlines, and it gives people the impression that the government is keeping us safe. But if the government is keeping us safe from crimes that the government has created in order to keep us safe from, aren't there better things that they can do with their very valuable resources to keep us safe? Like go after truly bad guys rather than 19-year-olds that they induce into crime.
So you think that in my briefing on this segment, it says that you think the FBI ought to be on trial. Were you half kidding?
I was half kidding, but half serious. The half serious part of me is they wasted a lot of valuable manpower themselves and a lot of federal assets, the money that they're given with which to rent the truck and create the fake bomb. And that manpower and those assets could better be used protecting us from real dangers. Flip side of this is, he'll probably be convicted because if he said that stuff on the tape, a jury will think, well, they're keeping us safe from this guy.
And a 19-year-old who had no ties to any sort of extremists or terrorists or anything.
Right. Question is, how did they find him? How do they decide who to set up?
Right.
I mean, that's unchecked power. That there's a potential for abuse. This kid could go to jail for the rest of his life for an event that caused no one any harm.
Judge Napolitano, thank you.
You're welcome.